You've got Cardiff Devils next in this rink on Sunday. Is that likely, given the type of team they've got, to be your biggest test so far, or what?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, I've come to find now that every night's a test. It really doesn't matter who you play. You got to be ready to go, and everyone that comes into this building or wherever we go, they're going to be ready to go. So there's no easy nights. Obviously, Cardiff was one of the teams that we were trying to close the gap on. They're a good hockey team. I've watched a couple games now, and they're big, heavy. They play a North game, and it'll be a really good test for us.
Were you surprised by their 6-2 home loss to Glasgow? Because at the end of the day, that doesn't happen very often, does it?
No, like I said, I mean, anyone can win in this building any night, in any building any night. And Cardiff had a similar game to us actually tonight, where I think the shots tonight for us were 48-21. Kieran stood tall when he needed to. When we had our push there, he made some huge saves. Again, we played 50 minutes of dominating hockey, and the 10 minutes we didn't. The result was 4-0 down. So it's a fickle game, hockey here. So we got to learn from it, get better, and move on.
Just on to another subject. Kieran Brown wasn't here tonight. There's been a couple of times he's been at the Steel Dogs.
Yeah.
There have been occasions like tonight when you've not had a sort of traditional fourth line. What's your thinking on Kieran at the moment?
Well, I think, like I've said from day one, I'm not one of those coaches who's going to put a guy on the bench if I can't guarantee him ice time. And my goal last night was to play Kieran and Grammy and Jono a little bit more than I did, and the game turned 1-0 down early, and you kind of go away from that because it's at that age you got to build that trust level up. And like I just said, this is a really results-based business, and for him to develop, it's not sitting on the bench and hopefully playing 6, 7, 8 minutes if the game's going the right way. It's playing 20 minutes tonight with the Steel Dogs, and giving him the proper opportunity to develop into the type of player that hopefully he becomes, and it will be able to use down the line. I do believe there's going to be nights where we'll get some use out of him, and but early on right now, and with how tight games have been, it's hard to find that ice.
Is he developing as fast as you thought he would, or is he slightly behind?
I haven't been with him long enough to tell you how fast he's been developing. He came into camp, and I thought he had an okay camp. I thought he actually had a really, really good week of practice this week. And like I said, I actually really planned to find more ice for him yesterday. And when I didn't and I couldn't, knowing Glasgow's a bigger, heavier team, it just made sense to me to let him go play and get the minutes he needs and deserves.